Welcome to my madness, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be taking a look at this DC Collectibles DC Direct Batman animated series Joker. Now this is an original one from several years ago. This is not some new McFarlane re-release or anything like that. And the reason I picked this guy up was because I was actually looking for an animated series Joker, and the new one from McFarlane was going for ridiculous secondary prices, and you couldn't find it at retail anywhere. So I decided, hey, if I'm gonna buy one, I might as well buy the original. If I'm gonna spend more than retail on it, why not go ahead and get the first one that they released? So I picked him up. Wanted to show you guys what he looked like in the package here before we go ahead and crack him open. There we go, some DC Comics, DC Collectible, DC Direct, whatever you call this thing. This is one of the original Batman the Animated Series Jokers. Let's go ahead, crack him open, and see what we've got. All right, so let's go over accessories here real quick. First, he does come with a couple of gripping hands here. He does come with a couple of holding hands, as if he's gonna hold one of the many accessories he comes with. He does come with a shank and a little comb for his hair. He does come with a telescope there and a gas mask, kind of a little fishbowl gas mask. And then he comes with a string of pearls that I guess he stole from some rich lady to give to Harley. And he comes with this stand right here, which is kind of an odd stand, but I guess it works if you want to use that. All right, so now let's talk about articulation and sculpt. As far as articulation goes, it's the basic, DC Direct animated series stuff, right? There's not a whole lot going on here. It's basic stuff. He does have single jointed elbows that go up to there. He's got that rotation there in the elbow. He does have waist swivel. He does have single jointed knees that only come up to right there. He's got those kind of T hips there that we got with the DC UC stuff and this DC Direct stuff. He can get his arm up, all that good stuff. Head is on a ball joint, although it doesn't move a whole lot. He can that's really as much as he can look up, and then he can look down there, and then of course he can swivel. It's basic stuff. There's not a lot going on here, but then we get to the sculpt and the overall look of the figure, which is of course great. It's just classic animated Joker. It looks really good. Look at the head sculpt on that thing, the suit, everything just looks fantastic, looks phenomenal. They did just a great job on this, and it just, even to this day, even being an older figure, it holds up. I think really when it comes to the sculpt and the overall look of the figure, it absolutely holds up. And for some comparisons, here we have him with two of the new McFarlane re-releases for this DC Direct DC Collectibles animated series. We've got Commissioner Gordon and the new version of Joker. And here we have him with another McFarlane re-release of the animated Batman, and also a DC Icons Batman. And here we have him with a couple of Mattel DC Multiverse at that 6.5-inch scale. We've got Red Hood and Red Robin. And finally, for a couple of larger scale comparisons here, on the left, we've got the McFarlane Nightfall Batman, and on the right, we've got the Mattel Arkham City Batman. So now we gotta ask ourselves, is it worth it? Now, I paid $35 for this guy on eBay. It's $34.99 with free shipping, which is about $10 more than kind of standard modern, retail cost for most 6 and 7-inch scale figures at $25. Why did I pay that much? Well, because I really wanted this version of the Joker, and the only way to get him in a McFarlane re-release is in that 4-pack that came out a while back. That retail on that was $100, but it's not at retail anymore, and aftermarket on that thing is well over $150 for that 4-pack, which means you're paying $40 or more per figure just to get that. And I didn't want all the figures, I just wanted the Joker. And so in the end, if you're going to pay a bunch of money for a Joker, I'd rather buy the one I really want, which of course is this one right here in his classic costume. No trench coat, nothing like that. Wanted to go ahead, get the original, and at $35, I was like, you know what, why not? Now, is it worth it? For me, it certainly is. Again, I'm a really, really big Joker fan. He's my favorite comic book villain of all time. And so for me, it's definitely worth it. For you, maybe not, okay? Depending on what scale you collect, depending on whether or not you like the animated series, it might not be worth it for you. But for me, I think this is a great looking Joker, and I'm okay with spending a little bit of extra money on this particular figure, being that it's older, no longer made. I wasn't too mad at it. Is it worth it? Again, ultimately, that's personal preference. For me, it was. For you, well, that's up to you. So anyway, guys, that is it. I do appreciate you guys watching, and always remember to enjoy your collection.